Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 13. Unlucky 13, so maybe this means that the tasks during this episode are going to be really bad. Or maybe we could do the opposite of what all of you are thinking and get some really good tasks. But anyway, I finished off Mithril Dragons as the first task. Probably made a decent amount of that. I have absolutely loved Mithril Dragons ever since I got the Spring Cleaner, because I used to bank the bars because I am an incredible cheap person. And it was just a huge pain. Spring Cleaner, you profit almost as much off the bars, and you don't have to bank them at all, and it's really nice. Regardless, let's start off with a really good task, Armadyl. That would be a great start. I need another assignment. It's going to be Order of Ascension members. I did have someone that told me I should try out the Ascension bosses, and I am aware they're very good Slayer XP. They're also good charms, and I'm planning on doing summoning when the bonus XP weekend comes out, kind of hoping to get to maybe 150 mil summoning or something, because that's a lot of overall XP in a very short amount of time. But I'm not going to right now because Ascension crossbows have been crashing really hard, and Ascension keys have not been. So I'll probably wait till they stabilize out or something, but I very well might try that task in the future. Right now it's not a good idea because Ascension crossbows went down like, I don't know, 30 mil each in a few days or something, and the keys aren't going down very quickly. The keys are going down, but they're not going down very quickly, so right now on average you actually lose money making an Ascension crossbow. Well, I've finally been able to tear myself away from Destiny and do a little bit of Slayer. Just finished up that task. I did get a Quintus key, which I don't believe are anywhere near, 400k. They've really gone down a lot in price, and the Sextus key is almost as much as a Quintus key. I don't think I'd ever thought I would be saying that, but Quintus keys have dropped a lot. I'm not really sure why, because Quintus still is by far the most annoying boss, but maybe a lot of people are just getting lucky with Quintus lately and making the keys drop. I don't really know how the key economy works. They change in price so much. Hey Armadyl, what's up? Haven't talked to you in a while. How's it going? Terror dogs? That's terrible. Anyway, I noticed like in the last video when I asked for TDs and Armadyl gave me terror dogs. Yes, terror dogs are also TDs. Didn't notice it at the time. But then I was reading the comments, I'm like, wow, she did give me TDs, just in a different way. So we got TDs from Armadyl, canceled them, and now we're going to get airuts, which I'm definitely not going to cancel, because they're one of the best tasks, and I think they might actually be my most assigned task still. They were for quite a while. I still have to do my daily dungeoneering challenge, but I'm at, 2.7k airit kills, and nothing else even comes that close. Dark Beast, kind of, but most of the tasks are like around the 1,000 mark, and then just so many airuts. What's up guys, so I'm just about to finish off my airit task here, and I've kind of come to a bad realization, and that is, there's only 45 days left until November 1st, and November 1st is when the bonus XP weekend is going to happen. So the problem that this presents is I'm 21 mil XP off of 120 Slayer, and if I wait until after November 1st to sell my tab, it's probably going to go down about 250 mil in value. And no, I'm not over-exaggerating. Stuff is going to crash hard after the bonus XP weekend. So it would be my best interest to sell it before November 1st, but to do that I have to get 460k Slayer a day throughout the next 45 days. Can I do that? I really have no idea. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to set like a daily XP Slayer counter and try to reach it, but one thing is I've been slacking so hard for about the last month and a half, mostly because, not because I've like not been slacking on RS, but mostly just because I've been focusing on skilling and PVMing and just really putting off Slayer. So this is the time where I have to put my man pants on and slay hard, go for gold if I'm going to be able to get my tab done. And if not, I'm just going to sell the tab anyway with the few mil Slayer XP left for 120. I would like to have a 120 Slayer tab, but I'm not willing to lose a couple hundred mil just because of a couple, mil Slayer XP. So, oh well, but hopefully we can get 120 done by then. Anyway, I felt like I had to get that off my chest to say that I'm going to go hard for Slayer, and if I reach my goal, so be it. Anyway, got to Serenic scale that task. It also seems that airuts were hit by the rune nerf. They no longer drop runes, but instead they now drop U logs, so that might be something you want to take note of, I guess. That task seemed to take no time at all, and I finally got my Crystal Motherlode shard. Someone told me that you could actually get Crystal Motherlode shards with just the Crystal Amulet in your inventory. You didn't actually have to wear it. It seems that that was untrue, because I had it in my inventory for over an hour and I never got a shard. I had it in my inventory for actually about an hour and a half. No shard appeared, and I will spend my points for the Jidenkos. I typically do that at the start of the task before my inventory gets all filled up, so don't worry, I didn't forget about him or anything. Hello, Armadyl. I almost said Calgarian Adele, because you don't assign them. Airuts, again, just had airuts. Don't particularly want to do them, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and do them again. Sure, okay. More airuts. It's by far the most common task I get, and Curdle just does not stop. Well, since my penance aura was on cooldown, I decided to try mage against airuts instead of melee, especially because I figured maybe the runic accuracy aura might help out a little bit. And what I found out is mage is so incredibly good here, but it is also a little bit tricky because you can't do it in Curdle's dungeon because of the Dragon Breath ability. It will aggro multiple of these airuts and they'll get on you, and it's just not a good time. You'll get KO'd pretty quickly. If you have several of the range phase ones on you, they'll just tear through your mage armor. However, if you can kind of manage that, you don't want to give up the Dragon Breath ability because it hits really hard. So you do the Slayer task here instead, and you just sunshine away and just absolutely wreck these airuts. By comparison, it usually takes me about 50 minutes to do the task with melee, depending on how many I get assigned, of course. And this particular task took me, I believe, about between 25 and 30 minutes, so probably around 27, 28 minutes or so, to kill all these airuts. So I literally saved over 20 minutes with mage versus with melee, because you just completely destroy the airuts. Anyway, really happy to see that. I'll probably melee them in the future, though, because I need melee XP a lot more than I need mage XP. But still, if you have level 90 mage, this is a great way to do this task. Okay, let's grab a new task at Curdle. A whole bunch of people here for some reason, kind of having some sort of party. And Muspah, you know what? I'm going to do them. I was about to say I'm going to cancel them, but that is some really good Slayer XP. And I just remembered, I need to focus on the Slayer XP. I'm quite impressed. I did not start Slayer until after dinner. I'm already at 240k Slayer, mostly because of 2 airit tasks. But yeah, I guess we'll do some Muspah. I really don't like them at all, but that Slayer XP is pretty hard to pass up if you're going for 120. Looks like I'm just about to finish up with the Muspah. This should be the last one here. Sunshine plus Asphyxiate, no problem. He should go down very, very quickly. So that was kind of a boring task. I really don't like Muspah just because I think the main reason is you're like in an instance world, so you're kind of like alone, and also the drops are very, very samey. They don't drop a whole lot of interesting stuff. They were affected by the rune nerf as well, but the only thing that I can tell that's different is they just don't drop soul runes anymore. They drop the same quantities of death and blood runes though, so not a big change. And thanks to someone in the friends chat for reminding me, I'm actually going to water battle stuff. I'm actually going to do an Abbey Demon task next, so I got my Mask of the Abyss, so I'm just going to get my free Abbey Demon task for the day, and I will be using Darklight. The only problem with Darklight at Abbey Demons is they kind of have a pretty high defense, and Darklight, well, it has 316 accuracy. It's only the damage that's boosted, not the accuracy, so you have to turmoil it, which isn't the biggest sacrifice in the world, but it is kind of annoying having to bring prayer pots. I don't usually turmoil tasks unless you can Bone Crusher and Demon Horn them, but I will be doing this with Abbey Demons in the future just because this really speeds the tasks up. Darklight hits super hard. So far, the Darklight has just been absolute complete destruction against these Abbey Demons, and they've been... I wasn't really keeping track of how good the XP is, but it's pretty incredible considering I'm getting 445 XP per Abbey Demon killed, and that's because I have the reset Mask of the Abyss, so that increased my XP, and I have the contract, it's in my inventory somewhere, as well as the Mauritania Legs 4. So altogether, I'm not really sure how much bonus XP that is, but it's a lot. So I'm getting a ton of extra XP from these Abbey Demons, and it's definitely above 200k an hour when I'm using Dark Light and Turmoil and all that. The only problem with this is if you don't have extreme pots and you don't have Turmoil, I wouldn't really recommend Dark Lighting here because it just doesn't hit very often, and also the Slayer Helm, of course, but I imagine everyone that's doing Slayer task with Abbey Demons probably has that. But if you don't have those things, you'll splash a lot, and it's probably better to use a different kind of melee or mage against them. Well, it's about time to call it a day for Slayer. 400k is not quite reaching my goal of 460k, but that's not bad considering that's only a little bit over 3 hours of Slayer. But of course, I did get some really good tasks. That's the main reason for that. And airuts again. Wow. 3 airit tasks and 5 total tasks. You cannot argue with that, but that's going to have to wait till tomorrow, and I should definitely smash that 460k Slayer XP a day goal for tomorrow and make up for the XP that I lost today by kind of slacking while I was working on videos, so I have a good excuse for it. But yeah, airit tasks, I'm kind of hyped for that. I wish I could slay, but it's late, bedtime. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's kind of awkward that I'm saying good morning because we're just kind of probably in the middle of the video at this point. However, it is morning for me, and I finished off that airit task that we left off with. I forgot to reset my Slayer XP at the very start, so add an extra like 35k Slayer XP onto that, and that's our daily so far. If I get up to 490k, I think, then I'll make up for the XP that I didn't get yesterday, and I'll be back on track. So that is the goal. Got a ton of U logs from this. I'm slowly but surely banking 120 fire making just through doing daily use and birth orb and stuff, so that helps towards that goal. I also think it might be time for some new batteries in this mouse because it's tricking out a little bit on me. Okay, let's go for a good task. Black demons. That is a lot of black demons, and my face just fell. Not a huge fan of the task, but whatever. It's decent XP. It's really not the best Slayer XP. You wouldn't feel too bad if you canceled it, because I think it's like 110 or 120k Slayer an hour, which you might think is great, but if you really go hard, almost every Slayer task is up near that XP rate per hour. But I'll man up and, bust out some black demons here. Alright, just about done with the Black Demons task, and we're about 130k Slayer XP into today. Well, 30k extra on top of that, if you count the airuts task that I unfortunately forgot to reset on. So about 160k Slayer today, and I'm going to try to be going really hard on Slayer throughout the next week or two, especially because NBA 2K15, that's right, is coming out, I believe October 9th or something like that, and when that game comes out, it's going to be really hard for me to stay away from it. I'll definitely be getting the game. I'll try to not play it too much and still try to grind for 120 Slayer, but that is going to be a major distraction. I just noticed that was 1900 tasks in a row, 270 points, so that's the last 100 task milestone until 2000 tasks. I'll definitely get 2000 tasks before 120 Slayer. I think you average probably around 50k Slayer a task, maybe it's a bit more than that. Something around that though, so 100 tasks should be around 5 mil XP or so. Avian Seas, which equals Armadyl task. Sure, I guess. I really don't like Armadyl that much. I find God War's Judgment extremely boring, but you really can't pass up that XP. So I got a new personal best time of 33 seconds at an Armadyl kill. The secret to getting really fast Armadyl kill time is using Death Swiftness at the very start, and then using Shadow Tendrils, getting lucky, and then using Rapid Fire all within the Death Swiftness. I don't have a DPS gear or Adrenaline Pots or a Ring of Vigor, so I'm not going to be like breaking any records here, but I did manage to get a 33-second kill, which is actually really good for what I'm using. And looks like my yak just died and dropped a whole bunch of crap on the ground because I was getting the recorder open and didn't notice. So there's a whole bunch of sharks and prayer pots gone. Oh well. Holy crap! Oh, War Priest of Armadyl boots. What is that huge beam for, man? I thought that was a hilt. Okay, well the Armadyl task is almost over. I actually already finished it. I'm just killing one more as to not waste too much overload. I'll waste one last kill that I could have done overloaded, but I'm not going to. Overall, I'm up to, this should be 137 Armadyl kills here since I started tracking it, and I've had one drop so far. So I'm kind of hoping for another drop, possibly my next Armadyl task. Of course, I will be eventually going for every single drop from Armadyl. So the sooner I get these drops, better. It's really good to get them out of the way. Even though I hate doing Armadyl tasks because I just think God War's Dungeon is extremely boring, it's good to go both Slayer and getting every boss drop out of the way at the same time. I would price check from that task, but there really isn't a whole lot to price check. Probably only about 500k loot, so nothing to get too excited about. Virewatch is a task I always skip. Yes, they are AFK, but they are awful Slayer XP, and awful Slayer XP is really not what I want to be aiming for right now. Gryffinpizzo, that's doable. Not great Slayer XP. I mean, it is great Slayer XP while you're there, but the problem is you kind of have to run there, and you don't stay there for very long, so that kind of makes the Slayer XP a little crappier than it would normally be. However, I will do them. That moment when your dryer makes loud noises just as you press the record button, and then you have to restart. Holy crap, this thing has woken me up many a night. Anyway, Gryffinpizzo task done. The loot is nearly non-existent, so just disregard it completely. Let's get a new task, because why not? Kurdel. How about some spiritual mages? No thank you. Spiritual mages are actually pretty good XP, so if you are low on points yourself, I would recommend to do them. Another really short task that's decent XP. Myth Dragons and Gryffinpizzo, both good tasks. They're good Slayer XP overall, but they take like 5 minutes, which ends up being kind of annoying because you waste a lot of XP doing bank time and anything. I used to never be concerned about this, but now that I'm grinding, where is my Drago Rapier? Now that I'm grinding hard for 120 Slayer, it is a problem. Well, 7-minute task there. I actually timed it. Well, not really professionally or anything, but I had 17 minutes on my yak when I entered, and now there's 9 minutes, so maybe it was an 8-minute task. Either way, very fast, Mithril Dragon task, and as I've said many times, the Spring Cleaner makes this task absolutely enjoyable because you don't have to worry about the myth bars. Maybe I should stop shouting out the Spring Cleaner, but I haven't done it for a while. Okay, Curdle, it's time for a nice long task that gives good range XP, semi-AFK, lots of Crimsons, Celestial Dragons would fit the bill. It's gonna be TDs, I'm not even mad. Oh, I didn't even notice until someone said grats in the chat, but I managed to get myself a pair of Dragon Claws. So, free 500k, I think, something like that. I'll take it. I mean, I'm not going to be too upset, but I'm nearly done with the task, so I'll be right back. Should be the last TD to kill here. Got myself in a bit of a tricky situation, but I'll be fine, so don't worry about it. Yeah, sometimes you get quite a few TDs on you, especially me. I kind of tend to get reckless and a little too daring sometimes, and I kind of like rush out in the middle and get a whole bunch of TDs on me and then take damage, and that's why I have to bring a whole lot of sharks. Like, if you're careful about it, you can like no food this relatively easily, I'd say, but I'm a little bit reckless. Anyway, 1904 tasks done in a row, so we're going to teleport out of here with our D claws as our primary loot, some decent charms. The rest of the loot, nothing to get too excited about. Getting pretty close to my Slayer goal of the day, and it's only like 11 a.m., so that just goes to show when you really go hard with Slayer, you can get stuff done pretty quickly, and I've been slaying since I believe about 7:30, so we can say 390k Slayer XP, and what is that, 3.5 hours? That's pretty good. Airuts again. Wow, I was looking at my Slayer XP counter, I didn't even notice that at first. Sure, okay. I might try maging them, since I think Penance is still on recharge, but if not, I'll melee them, because attack XP is greater than mage XP for me, because, well, I have a lot longer to go with melee XP to get to 120s than I do with mage, so I need to prioritize that. Just finished off again a beast task. I'm sorry you guys missed the last task that I did, but I was unable to record the clip, because the computer has just been screwing up lately, but I got a new one coming in the mail, and I should have a new PC in 2 or 3 days, depending on how long it takes to get here. I did order it off of Amazon Prime. I got a free trial of Amazon Prime, and it lasts like a month, but I used that to save myself a lot of money, and I'm just going to cancel it, not actually pay for it. So I got a mill from that Ganodermics task. Next one, Calfights, no thanks. I hate killing the regular Calfights, and Calfight King, normally I'd do Calfight King, but it is awful Slayer XP, so that's not really a great decision. The Calgarian demons, so we finally get the task I have been waiting for so long. So it's time to try out level 90 mage there. I've heard it's one of the best Slayer XP rates in game, so let's see how this goes. Drop number 1 during the task, a Demon Slayer crossbow. How much is that? It says 560k. Does it sell for that amount? I really have no idea. Have my doubts, but anyway, it's probably at least worth a couple 100k, so that's nice. Alright, the task is over, bro. I gotta say, you absolutely wreck these things with mage. The only problem with Calgs, or Calgarian demons, I like to call them Calgs for short, because that's just completely awesome, is they constantly use a special attack on you where they drag you close to them and they stun you for like 5 seconds and they heal 5k HP. The healing isn't annoying. The fact that they drag you isn't annoying. The fact that the spec damages you is not annoying. What's annoying is the fact that you're stunned for like 5 seconds. It's just the most frustrating thing ever. But other than that, absolutely amazing HP or XP. I still have 12 minutes left on my yak, so that task only took about 40 minutes. And I don't know how much XP I got, about 120k Slayer in 40 minutes. So judging by that measure, it's about 180k Slayer an hour, which is what I heard. And this is all the loot for the entire task. Again, I have no idea if that Demon Slayer crossbow actually sells for that much, but its GE price hasn't changed a whole lot, which could just mean that people don't buy them on the GE, but it could also mean they actually are worth that much money. But about 1.7 mil from the task, so I think that's fairly decent. What's up, Kurodel? Give me a task. Don't be a noob. Give me a good task. Desert Strikeworms. Not really my definition of a good task. They're decent. About, I think, 90k Slayer an hour at absolute max speed. Not really a task I greatly enjoy doing, though. I really don't do any tasks under 100k an hour anymore. I used to, but I stopped doing like Iron Dragons and Desert Strikeworms, so I really don't do any tasks that are bad XP anymore. Next task is going to be automatons, but we're going to be starting off the next episode with that because this is the end of the current episode. So, quick look over the tab. Not really a whole lot has changed at all. Luckily, items are starting to go up a little bit in price because of the bonus XP weekend coming out soon. And 2 more episodes till we're able to price check this thing. And hopefully it'll increase maybe close to a bill total, and then I don't know if I can get a bill, but I did manage to get over 700 mil in just 2 episodes, and the tab is going up in value, so who knows, we might reach a bill. But a lot of the stuff in there is also from PVMing too, and I have not been doing any PVMing since episode 10, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully the next episode should be out in like 3 days or so. Expect a lot of these episodes because I will be grinding pretty hard for 120 Slayer, so hopefully that's not too much of a bad thing. But yeah, see you guys later. Farewell.